Trending on Twitter for the last couple of days has been the hashtag Hang Ayaz Nizami. It has been trending #1 in Pakistan. Ayaz Nizami is a former Muslim who attended Islamic religious studies after his conventional schooling. In studying Islam, he came across several questions that left doubt about the authenticity of his religious teachings. After completing his degree, he continued to have doubt, and he stopped following Islam. In 2012, he assisted in starting the Atheist and Agnostic Alliance in Pakistan. A few days ago, he was arrested for blasphemy. Blasphemy charges are not well defined, and although there has been a crackdown and a lot of media attention in Pakistan as of late, I couldn't find any specific allegation of what he was being accused of exactly. There are several articles about the arrest, and most of the Pakistan news sources appear to agree with the need for his arrest. None that I could find, however, made reference to what specifically occurred. Along with the news of his arrest, there has been much talk about Facebook and social network sites being threatened by the government of Pakistan. Here's some of the tweets. This tweet calls for the hanging of all blasphemers in the name of peace. The outpouring of support for the hanging or punishment of Ayaz Nizami has been shocking. The hashtag is trending #1 in Pakistan right now. Although there is a lot of support against punishing Ayaz in any way, the fact that so many support his hanging is simply horrific. The allegation of blasphemy is made. No details about what was specifically done are released. Calls for his death or swift punishment follow immediately all over Twitter. How can that be? If Ayaz is not brought to justice legally, people will resort to self-justice, Mumtaz Qadri style, which is dangerous. And this one says, not only Pakistan, but in the entire world, there is no place for gustak, which means disrespectful, not obeying someone who should be obeyed. Call me extremist or what, but there is no compromise over the hermat of Prophet, peace be upon him. All right, you're an extremist. Islam is the most peaceful religion of the world, but when anyone say wrong about our beloved Prophet, he will be hanged. Once again, in the name of peace and the most peaceful religion in the world, if somebody says anything bad, then you're hanged. Call us terrorist or extremist or whatever, but he must be hanged. And this last one says that an act of blasphemy is worse than a terrorist who kills many. How diluted in your thinking do you have to be to feel that way? Blasphemy in Pakistan carries the death penalty. Last month, I uploaded a video that included a story of a British school teacher who was convicted of blasphemy for letting a group of children name a teddy bear Mohammed. Gillian Gibbons was arrested and kept without bail for her own safety, as there were calls for her death as well. After government and community pressure, she was released and sent back to the UK. In an infamous incident in 2011, a Punjab governor defended a Christian woman who was sentenced to death for blasphemy. The governor criticized the blasphemy law. After local imams called for his death for blasphemy, he was shot and killed by his own bodyguard. Although the bodyguard was executed, he was praised by many as a hero for defending their prophet. He's seen here being kissed. Just recently, the governor's son released a video wishing Christians in the area a Merry Christmas, while offering support for some who were victims of those blasphemy laws. Here's the video.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मेरा नाम शान तासीर है। आप सबको मेरी तरफ से मेरी क्रिसमस। इस क्रिसमस मेरी ये दरख्वास्त है कि आप उन तमाम अपने हमवतनों को अपनी दुआओं में रखें जो मजहबी इस्तेहसाल का शिकार हुए हैं। ख़ास तौर पे आसिया बीबी, नबील मसीह, उनके ख़ानदान और वो तमाम पाकिस्तानी जो इस गैर इंसानी कानून की ज़द में आए हैं, उन सब के लिए दुआ करें कि उनकी मुसीबतें जल्द आसान होएं। आप सबको मेरी तरफ से बड़े दिन की ढेर सारी खुशियां मुबारक हो। पाकिस्तान जिंदा।
As a result of this video, he has received death threats and formal complaints of violating blasphemy law have been filed. From time to time, you may think that some claim is perhaps being exaggerated for effect. Is saying Merry Christmas to someone really considered blasphemy? It's quite easy to find many examples of this online. Here are a few clips.
You ask the question, is saying Merry Christmas wrong? I'm telling you it is wrong.
Okay.
100% wrong according to me. If you don't know what Christmas is celebrated for, like by mistake, if you don't know it is alcohol and if you think it is Pepsi and you have it, Allah may forgive you. So if you don't know what is Christmas standing for being in UK, do you know what Christmas stands for?
Well, as of now,
Or
I
have
think,
you come from somewhere outside?
well, as of now, I think it stands for a
Do you know
commercial.
what? Do
I
you
think it
know-
stands for a commercial business. That's what it
Sorry?
stands for. It stands for a commercial business, a place where people give each other presents.
No, commercial.
That-
What is the excuse? No, don't.
It's
Don't
a
beat around
holiday.
the bush. I'm asking the question. Do you know what is the excuse for commercial business? What is the excuse? Why do they celebrate Christmas? For what?
Because it's the birth of Christ.
Right, finish. You know about it? And they consider Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, as the Son of God, begotten Son. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know that, but
If you know that, and then if you wish Merry Christmas, it is haram. If you didn't know, if you're coming from Timbuktu, if you're coming from Timbuktu and you did not know, and in ignorance if you wish, Allah may forgive you. If you don't know that that is alcohol, and if you think it is Pepsi and you drink it, Allah may forgive you. But if you know it and you think you're building relationship, you know what you're doing? You're building a place in the Jahannam.
Now people are asking us, I want to give a gift to this man and to that man. Can I give a gift? It is the occasion of Christmas. And I want to give a Christmas gift to my friend. And we tell them, my brother and my sister. Let me explain to you logically. You have chosen to be a Muslim. Muslim means one who worships Allah alone and considers association of partnership with Allah as the highest form of blasphemy. Do you understand? So if you're a Muslim, you believe in Allah alone, and any association of partnership with Allah is the highest form of blasphemy.
No, we discussed this before, Akhi. In the lecture, Can I Celebrate This? Which the sister mentioned, I dealt with all these issues. You cannot say Merry Christmas, not even if an alien came, and he told you, you cannot even say to him, and say he's just an alien, I'm never going to see him again, he's not going to tell anyone. No Merry Christmas, not from a Muslim, not from a non-Muslim, it's not part of our deen, period. It's the concept that God was born on the 25th of December. That's as shirk and kufr as you can get. And you saying Merry Christmas, saying congratulations on your false religion, congratulations on your false understanding of life, you are congratulating them on the most evil of shirk and kufr. And as Ibn al-Qayyim said, this is worse than fornication and drinking alcohol and killing someone.
In Pakistan, there are people who claim that the blasphemy laws are being used to muzzle critics of the government. And why wouldn't they? The video that's embedded within this news article includes footage of a man being stoned to death after burning paper to keep warm. Allegations of blasphemy were made as someone accused him of having pages of a Quran among the paper. A crowd gathered and stoned him to death, even though there were some indicators that he was mentally challenged. After that, a couple of men were charged with murder in the stoning. The arrests made angered people more than the stoning did. Local imams took to the streets with large crowds and demanded their release. At least 65 people have been murdered in Pakistan over blasphemy allegations since 1990, according to figures from a Center for Research and Studies report. Facebook is meeting with the Pakistan government and is working with them to remove blasphemy-related material from their site. Facebook has said in a recent statement that they have blocked much of the offensive content, but the High Court in Pakistan still is not happy. The European Union is also pressuring Facebook, Google, Twitter, and other social media outlets to limit what people can say. 2 years ago, Mark Zuckerberg was overheard telling Angela Merkel that they were working on controlling anti-immigration posts. We know that demonetizing content is occurring on YouTube. A quick aside here. About 2 weeks ago, my channel was re-uploaded by somebody else. Every video, every thumbnail picture, my full channel description, artwork, everything. I hadn't monetized any videos and I wasn't planning on doing that yet. The person who re-uploaded everything, however, did monetize everything on their site. When I contacted YouTube, they suggested monetizing my channel and submitting takedown notices. Now, since monetizing my channel, I've had 2 videos that weren't allowed to be monetized. This one was considered not advertiser friendly. Recently, a lot has been made showing that large media outlets are going after big content creators on YouTube like PewDiePie. Computing Forever released a good video yesterday that deals with censorship in general and the state of YouTube plus some of these other outlets. If governments are allowed to control content that is offensive, and companies as large as Facebook are willing to block blasphemous content and not fight it, which can include even things like saying Merry Christmas, what can we do? What do we do next? YouTube is changing into a television platform. They are demonetizing anything that is not considered advertiser-friendly, while apparently giving in to the pressure of traditional media outlets. Twitter suspends accounts all the time. All this while the hashtag Hang Ayaz Nizami trends so high in Pakistan. Don't say Merry Christmas, or your accounts can be shut down, and you'll receive death threats, you'll be arrested. The actual death threats and the calls for hanging are supported, though, and these same people and governments don't find it offensive in the least. Protesters in North America shut down people who want to talk about issues. Facebook is removing content that may help free people from archaic ideas. Everything seems completely backward. Perhaps there are Muslims who are watching this and can point out where the mistakes in my understanding may lie. Maybe you can say Merry Christmas without it being blasphemy. Maybe blasphemy is very specific and horrible, and the people that I have shown are extremists with radical views who have it all wrong. If there is a Muslim who can explain this to me, I'd be grateful. I would also like to know, however, why they cannot convince the mistaken imams that I have shown that saying Merry Christmas is okay. Have they tried? Can they form groups and change people's minds? Now, certainly not all Muslims are bad people. The governor was shot by his bodyguard when he tried to stand up against the blasphemy laws. His son sent well wishes for the victims of blasphemy and said Merry Christmas to Christians. Standing up against this garbage is tough, but I know Christians or Jews and other people can't do it. A reformation has to take place within Islam itself. Infidels can never hope to change the minds of the radicals. Share this video if you find it interesting. Take to Twitter and denounce those that support the hanging of Ayaz Nizami. Openly talk about it with friends and family. Maybe some pressure can be applied in the correct direction. Thanks for watching. Remember, like and subscribe, but most importantly, leave comments and engage with others. Open discussion is always needed. If you have nothing valid to say,
ZeroFox given.